Welcome to Autographers Anonymous, a place where we discuss our addiction to the greatest hobby in the world. Let's go around the room.
What's up, guys? It's Mike from the Autograph Network, aka The Godfather. And if this show was on the NFL, we'd have a 15-yard penalty.
Who wants to go next?
Go ahead, Troy.
Hey everybody, Troy Rutter here, aka TTM Troy, and I would rather have a good TTM success rate than a good credit score. True story.
How you doing, guys? Dandy Summers, aka me. And for the record, I am down to minus 14 points in Star Archive from 1100.
And my name is Zane Savage, and I just got in my Antonio Brown Raiders jersey. Let's go ahead and start off this podcast with some new returns. Mikey.
All right, here we go. I got some purchases. I got a bunch of stuff in for TTMs, and just want to say Autograph Strike here is starting to gain momentum. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but let's go over some purchases. Got this guy, Mr. Earl Weaver, Hall of Fame manager for the Orioles on a card. Made two purchases off a Facebook forum. First one is Kevin Green, Hall of Fame football player. Can't seem to get him TTM. And next one is I'm probably going to try out Garrett's service, Slab City, and get this one authenticated. But this is Derek Thomas, the late great Hall of Famer. So we'll see if those come back real. I did make a trade purchase with our good friend Stacy Schaefer, the ghost of Stacy Schaefer of the show. He got this in. This is a triple signed photograph from Sunday Night Baseball. Matt Versagian here, Jessica Mendoza here, and it's signed by Alex Rodriguez down here. It's kind of hard to see. There you go, a little bit better, but he got that in. And I think everything else is going to be TTM related. Oh, wait, real quick. I did get a donation for Autographs for a Cure from a fellow collector. So I just got to get these posted. These are 5x7 photos. Chris Cooper, Gerald Briscoe, Darius Rucker, Hootie and the Blowfish fame, Telly Blanchard, and Mario Andretti. Great racer.
Very nice.
Again, Autographs for a Cure is really starting to pick up momentum, even though I haven't spent a whole lot of time on it. People are starting to make donations and purchases, so awesome. I did get one RTS that's, I think, filed, but Peyton Manning sent back my 8x10, so the window, I think, is closed on that. Everyone's like, send him a card, send him a card. So I reached out to the foundation. I haven't heard back yet because they have listed on their website the mailing address. And I said, might want to put a little asterisk down there if you're not going to accept autographs requests. So, but let's get into what I got back. Again, you're going to see probably, I'm not going to go over everything, but I'm starting to send like 4 photos. Basically 2 or 3 of them are going to be for Autographs for a Cure, and I'm getting a bunch of extra stuff back that people are sending in addition to my photos. So Tony Smart was a snow trooper in Empire Strikes Back, and also a stormtrooper. I love this photo. This is a cool black and white one with Lord Vader leading the snow troopers. But he also sent a couple 8x10s. These are for Autographs for a Cure. And this one is an official Star Wars photograph. Has a little hologram down here.
Fancy.
Yeah. So you get those at like Star Wars Celebration and stuff. So pretty cool for him to do that. I'll buzz through these. Got a good stack of TTMs that have come in the last couple weeks.
Buckle up, boys and girls. It's a stack. It's a fat stack.
A fat stack. Sigmund Jan. He is a astronaut. Excuse me, of German descent. He was actually the first German in space. So a nice part of aviation astronomical history here. But he also sent some 5x7 photos for autographs for a cure. And you guys are going to get sick of me saying that because it's going to kind of take over my returns.
You need a fancy abbreviation is what you need.
AFAC.
There you go.
AFAC. I don't know if I showed this in a previous return. Mike Musina, the Moose, is signing with a $10 donation. Just a cool photograph there. I did have 2 rookie cards that he also signed. Those have been sold already. John Carroll Lynch. I know him mostly from the Drew Carey Show. But most recently, he appeared in
Upside down.
There you go. I got it. American Horror Story.
Yeah, that's a good character.
Yeah. So he signed 2 of those, kind of like a green paint pen.
Paint pen, risky for TTM.
Paint pen.
That means you let them set out before he sends them.
Yeah, they didn't come back smeared.
What responsibility?
There you go. Another astronaut, Jake Garn. And again, just my typical 3 photos for that one. Jane Powell is an old actress, dancer.
She's still alive?
She is.
Holy cow.
Yeah. There she is with Fred Astaire.
Fun fact,
cool.
I cut up autograph books for the business, and she's in a lot of them from like the 50s.
Yeah.
So it's like crazy that she's still plugging away and signing 70 years later.
Yeah, this is, she's probably a 50s, 60s pinup model actress. So, yeah, she's got to be way up there in age. Another one, pretty cool. This is Charles McGee. And that's an older shot, but he was one of the Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the classic sign the picture of a card.
Yep.
That's your Getty.
Yeah.
Getty.
This is actually pretty cool. Somebody did the front and the back, so it tells a little bit about him. And then he signed here. And then this is the plane that they flew, and he signed down there. But again, history return. This one, I've seen a few returns. I'm surprised that he was signing. He is a reluctant signer. Reds Hall of Famer Barry Larkin. There he played for the University of Michigan. Here's pretty much the first shot that comes up when you search Barry Larkin images. Cool shot. He was kind enough to send 3 cards. I'm not saying who got one of them, but maybe somebody on this podcast. But this is the only one that's left. I said I've already sold 2 of them for autographs for a cure. And so he sent 3 cards, so that was nice of him to do that. Cool NASA return here. Don Mellick. They flew like the I'll call it the SR-71, but it's not. It's their version of the spy plane that goes up in the atmosphere. And he also flew this thing, which was the test vehicle for the lunar landing.
That thing's cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Love my NASA returns. This one's pretty cool. 4-time winner of the Boston Marathon. What up, Andy Summers? Bill Rogers. And he put some pretty cool inscriptions. 4-time winner. He's on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
He by far is a really nice guy when you meet him.
Oh, yeah?
He does his appearances around here now and then,
sure.
but he is always really good.
So he signed 4, so a couple of those will go for autographs for a cure. I got this one because I'm planning on sending to Garrett at Slab City because he's doing a special up to 4x6 photos. Bob Doe.
That'll be a fun one.
So we'll see.
We've already discussed this on the show, and what did we come up with, Mike? What was our verdict?
We all agreed that it was secretarial, but I want to see what they say because when you look at some of the PSA like authenticated stuff,
they certify them.
It looks like that. So I want to see if it comes back. We don't think it's signed, but Pixar guy Enrico Casario, close. He did a Pixar short, La Luna, sign 3. Like the Pixar people, they always have their hand in everything. So he did some stuff with Up. Disney Pixar. Brinky Stevens, Scream Queen. Naughty photo.
Uh-oh.
Hey, now.
Had to edit that off of YouTube.
Oh, hey, it's covered. I don't remember sending these because I thought I got them back already, but Bob Greasy signed a couple photos. So I know
Greasy.
yeah.
It's a Bubbles joke. The Trailer Park Boys. Never mind. It's a bad joke.
Just got this one in today. This is Hugh Harris, who is actually the voice of the shuttle launch control. So another NASA return, but a pretty cool one because, you know.
Please tell me you got him to sign 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on
I didn't ask for an inscription.
Oh, come on, man.
Wait, who was that?
Hugh Harris. So there's a
Hugh?
book. Hugh.
No, I'm kidding.
Hugh Harris.
Oh, geez.
It was a huge joke. Troy made a huge joke.
Huge Harris. He wrote a book on the Challenger disaster. And there he is there.
Ooh, mustachio.
Mustache.
Takes a man. to pull a mustache
This one
like that.
came from overseas. Game of Thrones fans will recognize Maisie
What?
Williams.
Did she do autographs for Akir?
She did. That one was already sold to
What's the website?
a ghost of
Dang it.
Autographers Anonymous. But this one's available if you guys are fans of Game of Thrones.
Let's see. Autograph.
Yeah. I will set that one aside. And then that's what she looks like in real life. So,
That was a weird twist. The last season, there was some stuff that went on with her, and you'd seen her like grow up in the show, and it was just a weird. I don't know. It was kind of awkward in that last season. I'll just put it that way.
All right. Let's see. Ron Harper and Planet of the Apes TV show. He signed 3 photos of Planet of the Apes. It was something else. A couple of other ones here. Let's see. Judy Landers, 1980s. And she also has a very famous sister. This did not win any awards.
Oh,
Oh no.
it looks like we had a hiccup here, so we're gonna have a little pause as everybody jumps back in. Not sure exactly what happened, so.
Am I still on?
So we're gonna wait for everybody to come back on. We can cut. We are still live, right? You guys can see us. Okay.
Am I still in there?
Yeah, you're still here, Troy.
Oh,
Just me and you.
Hey, how's it going?
I don't know what happened, but this is all recording, and I can just cut around it for the podcast. It's not that big of a deal. This is the thing you get to see when you watch live.
Sweet.
And
We lost
Andy
Summers.
still not in.
Yeah.
You know what? No.
What up, Chase?
My surprise guest
no.
got. You guys,
Summers, my how you've changed.
Well, surprise guest. We'll bring you in a bit. Okay, I'm getting you back on, Andy. Okay, we all here?
I'm sitting here minding my own business.
Yeah, no, it was the program. It was 100% the program. It had a little glitch in it, which is not a big deal. It's all recording, and it will be edited later. So, everybody tap their mics. Make sure.
Bacon.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Can you fix
All
my
right.
hair though? That's the only thing.
I can't color correct on this.
Damn it.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shut up for like 10 seconds if that's possible, so I know where to edit. Okay. I'm gonna make Mike solo, and then you can start back up, Mike, where you left off. Okay, go.
All right. A couple more here. Just got this one in today. Susan Hubble. She's a 1970s actress, I guess. Vice Squad, but also Escape from New York with Kurt Russell. And I believe she was married to Kurt Russell. Got a weird one in. This is Matthew Lewis, who played Neville Longbottom on Harry Potter.
The fat kid.
Yeah, but if you remember, I got him back a couple weeks ago He signed my photos, and then I got these randomly. So, and something from Autographs for a Cure. So, must have gone to his agency, and he sent
Did
me
he
some
sign
extra
your
stuff.
custom?
This is actually the postcard, but he signed,
he signed the back of it, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So he must have done that for Autographs for a Cure.
Yeah.
Last one is very cool and something I haven't really seen on pictures before. Not my SASE. But if you guys know anything about the world of Apple, you guys know Steve Jobs, Woz. There was a third guy that started Apple computers, and his name is Ronald Wayne. So here's a very cool photo. Jobs, Woz, Wayne. So he ended up selling his shares for like $800 and was out. But he signed my photos, but if you can see,
it's in pen.
No, they're embossed. Let's see.
That's cool.
They're
embossed, so there's multiples.
Yeah. So here, let's see.
Oh,
I
I
see it a
see.
little bit. He's got an embossment.
He pulled a Frank Abagnale. Abagnale doesn't emboss, but he puts COA stickers on his stuff.
Okay,
I want one now.
So it's got his embossment, and then he signed, sent a nice letter. 1, 2, 3, 4 business cards.
Signed?
Signed. He signed.
Hey, buddy.
He signed. Let's see.
Those look good matted. Those look good matted there.
Little do you guys know, I use this whole thing just to like scout out autographs to buy. That's the whole reason we do this show.
So this was the first photo that I sent him, signed and embossed. Here's another one. And he actually put these little stickers on here that say Ronald Wayne, co-founder of Apple Computer Company. There's another photo of the three gentlemen. I sent this pretty cool one. These are all the Apple logos.
Oh, man.
Signed and embossed. And, of course, that's the first one.
I don't know which one I want.
And then he sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 photos. So I got one.
Are they all that photo?
Yeah, I don't.
2 of that one.
I was going to say Betty White. What?
Actually, three of those.
Okay.
Let's see.
It's like a missing person.
3
poster right
of
there.
these, which is him, but they're all signed and embossed.
That's awesome of him to do that. For him.
Wow.
Oh, actually, that's one I sent him. So I sent him 4. So I sent an updated, older photo, and then he sent one of these. But
I'm just curious.
I don't know how well that would show up, but
did you look up to see how much his actual net
signed
worth
and
is?
embossed. So pretty cool.
Did you hear Andy?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
I did not. I can't see or hear Andy Summers.
Perfect
no.
then.
Oh, well, you can't hear him?
I can't hear him. I can't even see him. No.
Woohoo!
Okay, I'll knock him out and bring him back in. You go ahead, Mike.
Okay. Actually, I think, let's see. Autographs for Cure purchases. I think that's it for me. I saved that one for the last one. So
Okay, Andy talk.
Oh.
Andy talk.
I got him. There he is.
Okay, good. We're good. Okay.
No, Mike, I was just curious. Did you look up, see what his actual net worth is nowadays compared to what it could have been?
$800.
Yeah, no. I did some research on his story, and I don't remember, his name came up somewhere, and so I looked him up, and I was like, I'll send to him. And so I know he got out very, very early. Whatever shares he had, he sold for cheap, and he's still the. Let me see what his business card says. He's in the stamps, coins, gold, and silver.
Yeah, that's enough.
Lay that out. Is that Apple logo going up on the site? The Apple logo?
Probably not the logo one.
Okay, which ones are going up? Okay, we'll talk later.
Probably one of the black and whites.
Yeah. So let's see. Go ahead, Troy. Troy returns.
All right. Well, I I finally paid this guy, dealer from Nationals, and got about 40 1991 Don Russes.
Got the hookup, man.
And I'm not going to go through all of them, but it does include my very first Roger Clemens, so that's pretty cool. and Matt Williams, who I guess is hard to get.
Used to not be.
Yeah, he was automatic back in the
Yeah.
day.
So, but I also popped on a couple auctions. Or not, they were going to be auctions, but there was a lot of 86 and 106, of which I only needed about 30, and so he made me a deal. So those will be coming soon for the 1991 Donruss set.
Awesome. Making headway.
So yeah, so here's some recent TTMs, and I don't have how long they took yet, but hockey from Derek Laxdell, which I don't remember sending that one.
How much
but,
anybody had a laxative jokes like told to him
Laxdell?
like 24/7 as a kid? What's up, Laxdell?
Well, one of my recent videos I did put up Rusty Kuntz, but anyway, here is here is Kevin McReynolds
Family friendly show.
for the set.
That's a tough one to get to.
Bill Guerin, another hockey.
Hockey.
Oh, and in the meantime, between our last show, I also sent Mr. Summers, I think, some 1990 score cards to try.
Yeah.
Kelly Miller.
Once again, to my hockey mood, I will get those out.
2-2. There you go. Butch Hobson on my new favorite 1982 Flares.
Those do look nice signed. I will admit, like a little jealous.
Randy, is it Rad or Reed, guys?
Hey,
Reed, I think.
Reed.
I got him in too. Same card.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah.
Another 91 Donruss. Who is this? Ed Whitson. Kind of the crazy signature there.
Yeah. Wow. Doesn't even look like his name.
Yeah. I haven't looked any of these up yet, so I don't even know.
That like
Hopefully,
I always wondered if you got like if somebody gets like TTMs in for somebody else because they sent to the wrong address, if sometimes they're like, I'll make their day and I'll sign it as the person. Like that looks like something that like that happened on.
Well, you got to be careful because I did a video, I think it was recently, that the first take I said kind of a sloppy signature, and then I went on Wikipedia and I found out that he had an accident and was paralyzed and stuff like that.
Yeah, that does happen. Strokes,
so I have not looked that up to see if he's had some medical issues or whatever. But
that's true.
Alan Bester, yeah, I know. And Chase said he got Matt Williams. I've tried Matt Williams a couple times and I haven't gotten him in, so I just bought it. Most of these from this guy. Like I said, he was at Nationals. They're mostly $3 each, except for Roger Clemens. So by the time you take into account the dollar postage and the envelopes and everything, it was a no-brainer.
Well, Clemens just raised his price too.
Oh,
he's 75 a card now.
What?
Yeah,
all right,
25 to 75.
That one was 15, so I got a good deal there. Here's another Alan Bester. I know I didn't send him this card because I've never had that type of card. So 201, 82 or 82 or 91. Danny Tartable. So add that to the set. Shining, as Pepino Man says. Brad Shaw. And this one, I started on the 1991 Don Russes. Some of the people that I've tried 3 times. Putting $5 in an envelope. I tried that with about 10 people, and so far I've gotten 3 of the $5 actually back. Like they signed the card and sent back the money, which is nice, including Billy Hatcher. So got him back and my $5. So that's about it for me. I'm just kind of working on that 91 Donruss set. Kind of giving up on the rest of baseball. Sending more stuff out, so hopefully
just focusing in, trying to complete the set.
There's still like 300 left.
Hey,
a couple more.
You gotta focus in. I saw that guy. There was a guy on Facebook that's like, "All right, guys, I got like 952 cards out of 953." It was one of those 80 sets or 90 sets. I forget which one. But and the guy he needed like died in, like 2013 or 2012. Yeah. It was just a guy that played like very little time. So there's, I don't know. It's doable. So that's my point. It's doable.
Yeah, and you know, there's a couple people on Instagram that were also doing the same thing, which is kind of cool. But man, there are some really bad fakes on eBay. I just like there's one really bad Ron Gant up there right now. I was like, why would you forge Ron Gant's signature when he signs everything you pretty much sent him?
I can tell you, it was probably forged in the boom whenever stuff was selling like hotcakes, and just made its way to eBay over time. So it's usually what happens.
But yeah, I'm done buying for a little while. I got one more Don Russ set that I bought, and those will be going out to who I'm missing. So
awesome,
after that, I don't know. So
if you want to keep up with that, by the way, guys, go to ttmautograph.com. That's Troy's site. He has photos of his entire set and what he needs. So help a brother out if you got any of those cards. All right, Andy, what'd you get in?
All right. Well, I kind of narrowed it down to a couple of things, a couple of dozen. All right. First one that came in, as soon as he retired, I discovered where he was going to be, and I sent to him, and 3 weeks later, Troy Tulowitzki came back, which I was shocked because I tried him like 5 times, never got him, but I think I landed his secret spot he's hanging out in. Let's see, spring training success, Jorge Soler for the Royals came in, signed 202. Just became the Royals' first 40 home run hitter that they ever had. Next, I got 3 Joe Torres that came in. I sent to him 5 years ago, 3 years ago, and a year ago, and all 3 came back on the same day.
Wow.
And I think I got a total of 5 cards signed out of those. Next, now I'm going to a nice array. Darren Van Horn, boxer.
The legend.
Yeah, everyone knows who this guy is. I happened to buy a boxing set, and half the guys I can't send to because who knows where the hell they are. That's
Mike Smith, the boxer, like stuff like that. Yeah,
it's so weird.
Yeah, good luck on Mike Smith, the boxer.
I will go to any extent to fill my bowling set. This came back from Sweden. Matt Carlson. So I will comb the world until I finish my bowling set.
You guys don't want to even know what Andy will do for a bowling set. I mean, it's dirty stuff.
It's actually now I'm almost to the point where there's a couple of guys that died. I actually have to buy those, which is pretty bad. Volleyball Olympic Emily Day came back. Next, soccer goalkeeper Joe Cannon. And that one.
Wow, you're really pulling out the alternate sports.
I am
That's
going
awesome.
all over the place. Nick Saban.
That's pretty cool.
Nick Saban came in.
Whoa.
I thought NASCAR was reaching.
Really? You got Nick Saban?
Yeah, I got 2. Again? Rolling Tide. I got 2 of these.
Wow, those actually look legit.
Yeah, those puppies are worth some money. Just a heads up.
I haven't even looked. So
yeah, no, they're worth money. I can tell you right now.
Yeah, normally you get the Roll Tide, and it's like personalized and from a secretary.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
So you got some money right there in your hand. Just heads up. Go on.
All right. Next, one of my white wheels. I've requested from him like 5 times a signed picture, just for an obvious reason. You're gonna know, but I found a card of his and I sent it to him, and he inscribed it. Take the physical challenge, Mark Summers.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
I tried Harvey and I never got Harvey back, so that's pretty awesome.
Like I said, was like, send me a picture, and nothing. But he added the inscription I asked.
Nice.
Next, one of the world's greatest actors, Joshua Rudrow, I think it is. He played the kid from Harry and the Henderson. Signed 404, nicely in pen, which looks beautiful. Any REM fans? We got Mike Mills. REM guitarist or bassist? I forget which one he is.
Man, Andy's pulling out some awesome returns this week, man.
All right, next, Mike Burrick, who's one of the artists for Magic the Gathering. I sent him, I think, 3 cards, and he sent me back about 8. So that worked out pretty good. Next, just to kind of now a couple down. Football success, Stan Reeves. Now you're going to see a little pattern here because Next, Jim Mora. This is a set that me and Stacy were going to do as a project, and it sat in my box for about 3 years. And I finally pulled it out and said, I'm going to start doing it. I asked Jim Mora to add playoffs to
Yep.
it, but it didn't work out.
He did it to my photo.
Oh,
I actually had a set of photos of famous coaching rants. So I had like a set of like 10 of famous coaching rants. And he was one of the few guys that actually like signed the photo and put his playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Next one, Roger Craig came in. I don't know. A bunch of other guys that Alonzo Highsmith. Oh, let me put it up. So I don't know. I got a whole stack of guys that like I said, just started this set. And the fun part of it is there's all player wives cards in it. So I actually have to look up to see if they're still married or divorced and see if I can actually send it to them. Next, Charlie Manuel, former manager for the Phillies. This guy is world-renowned expert in his field, and he is
Savage.
Unbelievable person. No, Troy Rudder.
Okay.
Amen. Damn it! I was almost there. PJ Carmesio, world
Carlissimo. He got punched by Latrell.
He was choked.
Oh, he choked. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
choked.
choked.
That's right. I was young.
Let's see. I'll just do one more.
I correct you and then get corrected.
I
Bob
look up how to pronounce
Benoit.
them now, by the way.
Another bowling success came in. The bowling's coming in because I got RTSs and I found new addresses. So I had to resend them.
You should send out bowling balls to get signed. I'm sure it'd be cheap.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Yeah, they bowl the big balls. Yeah, that should be well worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be funny. I'm sure Stacy could get you a deal.
Oh, here he is. Yeah. Here we go. This guy looks familiar that just came in. All right. And I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Well, I guess it's my time to do returns. I got nothing TTM again. But I want to show off some purchases I got for my store. This is a Simpsons comic, Simpsons Supernova. Actually, let me go solo here. Okay, so this is a Simpsons comic, Simpsons Supernova. And it is signed by Matt Groening with a little sketch on top. So that's nice. And these are just a couple I got in today. Easy to grab. This is a Lou Reed book, The Raven. And Lou Reed, founder of the Velvet Underground. I think he was founder. But signed and inscribed right there. Kind of tilt it so it doesn't yeah. So just a couple. I got a lot more in, obviously, but they're kind of put away or sold. So I just wanted something to show off. I'm always left out of returns, man. So that concludes returns. And for our next segment, we're going to have to substitute people out because we got a special guest on the line. So we're going to send Mike off here, and we're going to bring in a special guest.
To the penalty box.
You know him as Mr. Neary. And bye-bye, Mike. Okay. Sorry, guys. Takes a second to substitute people in and out. And there he is. Say hi,
Hey,
Neary.
Guys. How are you?
Hey, we can hear him, too.
I know we can hear him. We had problems with the sound earlier.
So do I do the intro?
No, you're good. You don't have to do the intro. You got out of that.
To do the intro. Come on.
Okay. So here, I'm going to do a special intro just for you.
Okay.
All right. So welcome to Autographers Anonymous, a place where we discuss our addiction to the greatest hobby in the world. Let's go to Neary.
My name is Nary Lemus. I was gone, and fellas, I'm back. And I'm glad I never started a bowling card set.
Giving Andy hell right off the bat. I love it. So
jealousy is bleeding. I can tell.
We're going to go ahead and do Collector's Chronicles. And since Neary hasn't been on for Collector's Chronicles, we're going to do Neary's origin story. So Neary, tell your autograph collecting origin story. How'd you get into the hobby?
It's no different than any other person's origin story. I started back with baseball. I don't collect sports anymore. But originally, I was a huge fan of the Dodgers. I still am. I dyed Dodger blue, but there was a event that would take place called Autograph Alley at Dodger Stadium. It would happen every weekend during home games, and thankfully, that's kind of where my passion sort of started, because I mean, God, you could meet Dodger legends every weekend for nothing, a cost of a ticket, and you'd get a card signed, and that sort of grew to my love of collecting autographs, and then I found the TTM hobby, and I was like, the only person I couldn't get at Autograph Alley was Ron Say, and thankfully Ron Say signed TTM, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna write to him.
Boy,
And
does he sign TTM.
It was the quickest response I had ever gotten. It was 3 days. So
Wow.
I must have dropped it off, and the moment he got it in the mail, he must have thrown it right back in the mail. And I was like, if something like this could be so tangible with regards to people's time, and a celebrity, or a baseball player, I'm like, my God, I got to get into this. This is interesting. And, c'est la vie, the rest is history. I mean, we're talking about thousands of returns later. I now have, an autograph business in which I, with my business partner, we own a company called Celebworks. It's based in Los Angeles, and we tour celebrities around conventions around the United States. So, I'm very blessed for this hobby, and, it started almost 10 years ago, and
you
I'm
grew
just
up
very thankful.
You grew up in the kind of the internet age of collecting, where you had a whole
I was
online
blessed.
community for support.
Now, some of the people that were my mentors sort of getting into this hobby, I mean, they tell me of horror stories. I mean, there wasn't even photos when they were around. Printing photos wasn't a thing. We're all blessed. The people of the community are blessed that you could print something on, Adorama or Shutterfly, or I forget how many services they
Amazon
are
now.
out there. Amazon. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
And people had to basically do photocopies on Xerox machines and send those in. They didn't have photos. Photos were expensive. I mean, an 8x10 photo would cost something of $20. Anywhere between $15 and $20 back in the 90s. I mean, it was just a very expensive hobby, and this idea of multiples just wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I started in the internet age. Very blessed.
Very cool, man. Well, we're going to lead into our topic a little bit, and the topic we've talked about a little bit before. Guys are giving me hell for bringing it up again, since we've already talked about it a little bit. But I wanted to talk about it with Neri, since he has a whole other side of collecting that none of us really get to experience with in-persons and conventions and dealing with celebrities. So we want to talk about I'm calling this is my title, guys. I thought of this. It's a pretty good idea. Autograph collecting 4.0. So, it was a fad kind of on the internet to make, internet 1.0, 2.0, these different stages of the internet as it evolved. They kind of gave it names. So I made up my little tier. Autograph 1.0 would be like autograph albums back in the 20s, 30s. Those were very popular. And then it evolved to, TTMing, which was popular. Gosh, even back then, I know people did it back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, but you get up to like the 70s and 80s, it got really popular, especially with Jack Smalling's book and stuff like that. And the in-persons have always been a thing, so I'm not really counting that. Then now you have like selfies. Selfies is kind of the new autograph. We've talked about this before. It's the evolution. People don't really want an autograph anymore. They want a picture they can share and brag that they got to meet the celebrity. I find myself, if I meet somebody, if it costs money to get an autograph, I usually pay for the picture instead of the autograph. I mean, since I'm in the hobby and actually deal with autographs every day, it takes a little of the specialness out now, since I have like legends sitting on my desk every day. Like, so yeah, that's the next tier. Now, autograph 4.0, autograph collecting 4.0 is where it's going after now. So right now it's selfies are the big thing. What are people going to be doing past selfies? Is there anything that can go past selfies? I mean, there has to be something, right? I mean, it evolves and evolves and evolves. Are we talking about like, here's a bit of my DNA, enjoy? Like,
What
so
you know, I
that's
think
a broad topic.
I think it's a very interesting topic. I know that even on the convention circuit, I think a lot of people wonder, how long the autograph selfie thing is going to last. I personally do not think that autographs and selfies are ever going to die. I mean, it's not. I mean, there's such a huge fan base when it comes to autograph collecting. I mean, people are just very rabid fans, and I bless them for that, or else I wouldn't have a job. So I don't think autographs are ever going away. I don't think selfies are going away. I mean,
But Neri, have you heard of digital autographs? No, we're not going over that again.
No, well, I don't mind talking about digital autographs. I know why that kind of went away. Around the time that iPads started coming out, people started walking up at conventions basically saying, "Hey, can you sign my iPad?" It's sort of the same debate that people have with index cards, which I don't really understand that. But the sort of claim is that you can basically take that autograph and sort of transfer it on to something else. Well, with an iPad, you can, because technically you were signing a layer that would sort of, transplant itself over some photo, and you could technically take that autograph and put it anywhere you wanted. So I think that's kind of the reason that stopped. It wasn't something that was particularly safe. So that stopped.
What about Cameo? Cameo's the new thing.
Cameo's a big thing.
But that's not, I mean, I guess TTM's, you're technically not seeing the person. So, and we counted that as a layer of, 2.0. So would Cameo be building to whatever 4.0 is, or is like maybe Cameo 4.0? Is that what the next thing is, having celebrities sit there and make a video for you?
So there's an app called Cameo, and I think that it does serve a purpose. I actually have clients that are on Cameo, and it does. I mean, they do very well in the sense that there is an audience out there that cannot meet my clients at conventions, so they go to this service and they can sort of do a personalized video, whether it's your birthday or a bar mitzvah or just Merry Christmas. I mean, it's just this wonderful dynamic that connects celebrities with fans. I do think that there will be at one time an app that sort of even goes a bit further, that essentially it'll take away not conventions. Conventions will always be there, but for people that cannot make it, there might be a convention app that essentially has live signings. And what you would do is purchase an autograph on the app, and automatically, the moment you purchase it, that photo, as soon as they're signing it and it's being live streamed, that'll be shipped over to the next processing stage and get shipped on the spot. I do think that's something that will happen.
That's very similar to liveautographs.com.
It's very similar to Unlocked too, but I do think that the perfection of those two platforms, I think it's together. I think it's going to come to a point where it will happen. I know Unlocked has a lot of voiceover actors that are currently doing live signings and live panels and convention streaming. I mean, I think that's essentially where it's going to go. I mean, it hasn't gotten there yet, but I do think that's the 4.0.
Let's talk to the old school guys. Let's get their opinions. The guys that like physical objects in their hands.
What?
Andy, Troy, how you feeling about this digital crap?
I think that, I'm still not sold on the selfie thing. I think, celebrities got rightly so into the selfie thing. It used to be where, you get, and Neri, you guys probably remember this, $40 for an autograph and you could take a picture of yourself signing for free. And, those days are pretty much over, even for the lower celebrities. Selfies are $10, $20 extra, or in many cases, the thing that people are coming up for. And the interesting thing about that is, for me as a convention goer, is you get so many people who want to go up just to meet someone, and they don't actually buy anything. And so I think that's going to be more policed at some point, like if you are doing selfies and stuff like that.
I might be one of the different agents. I mean, I'm never adverse to a fan walking up and telling my client how great they are. I'm not against that. I don't think I have a single client that is against that either, because you know what? If they have a kid that's 5 or 6, that
yeah.
person is now going to become a fan, and that family is going to talk about my client, my my celebrity that's
true.
appearing at a show, and basically it's just growing seeds and sprouting seeds everywhere. And I think it's a wonderful thing. I mean, I have so many clients that have basically fans that have families, and they say, look, this show was took place 20 years ago, and I watched it when I was a kid, and I introduced it to my kids and my even grandkids. I mean, so I'm sorry to hear that some I know at some shows or some agents don't let their celebrities do the meet and greet, but you know what?
Right.
I don't think it always hurts. I think maybe when it's a massive celebrity that has 6,000 people online, maybe that's it's so time restricting that it's not possible. But with regards to my celebrities, I welcome it.
Yeah.
Mike asked a funny question and said, "Will PSA slab digital autographs?" Which
why not? They slab everything else. Even.
Yeah, well,
no.
I want to bring up this. This just made me think of this, like an interesting thought. Since photos and selfies tend to be kind of the new wave, will it get to the point where maybe there will be an authentication company for candid photos? Because obviously there's a lot of Photoshop and stuff going on now. And, I think the way the copyright on photos work, if you take a photo, you own the photo as long as it's in a public place. I don't know if a convention, Neri would know about that. Would a convention be considered a public place or private?
I think it's debatable. I mean,
it's like one of those gray areas.
I'd say a little bit of a gray area because technically you're on private property. It's not really a public place. But I will say that in our agreements, I mean, most agreements, that depending on who the celebrity is, that, the convention has the right to photograph or video record the celebrity. I don't necessarily believe that it covers
you can't use it for advertising and stuff like that. That's obvious, but
right, exactly.
Still own the rights to the photo. So I don't know. I'm thinking of like a kind of dystopian future, kind of like where like autographs are kind of fading out, where celebrities don't even take their time with it, and they're all focused in on the photo aspect, the new selfie aspect, and to have a photo of the celebrity. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting idea. It's probably not going to happen, obviously. But
you know what? I don't discount that.
Because you can look in depth into photos and see if they've been photoshopped. So you would have a service that would do that. They would go in and see if this is an actual photo that was taken, and you have an original candid photo, or a real selfie photo, or something that was photoshopped. Because Photoshop is so advanced now. Just imagine in 10 years where Photoshop's going to be. It's going to be crazy.
The only element of this is I don't think that anybody's really going to care enough to call somebody out, say, hey, this is the photo. I took the photo with this person. I don't think
there has to be a market, right? There has to be a market for it. So there's going to have to grow a demand for photos at some point. Obviously, if autographs decline, the demand is going to go up for autographs. But if nobody's signing, then it's going to eventually, go away. This is just like way, way, way down the line. Right. I'm just trying to throw some crazy ideas in here to get your guys' thoughts on them. But I mean, a certification company for photos, man. Somebody needs to get on that. You could be the founder. I think news sites already do that. They have whole parts that other news, Getty. News organizations already do this. They have whole parts of their organization that certify photos, make sure they're real and stuff. But so, what do you guys? What's the Andy? We haven't heard from you.
I guess I'm lost.
You're like all these digital things.
So the internet is this thing that
what's this? No, like you said, I'm an old school guy, so I like my pen on photos and cards and everything else, but I really don't see where the future down the line where everything would be going. Like, I think if you go to a convention or a sign, you've probably seen everything under the sun go across someone's table to get signed. Like, I have no clue where it would even go from there. Like, just a digital pen that they sign your arm and it turns into an instant tattoo.
That would be cool.
I don't know. I'm thinking space age too. I don't know.
That would be cool.
I really
that would definitely
know.
be a next step.
That would be an interesting one.
Or maybe that may be autograph collecting 6.0. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing to think about, and there's companies out there already thinking about it. You know, we all have been in contact with several different companies and talked to people in those companies, and they're thinking way down the line, man. And they're not thinking right now. If you're a company, you're going to die off if you're just thinking about right now. You got to think what's in the future. And I don't know. It's an interesting question. I thought I'd bring it up for like the third time on the podcast, and I think we got some interesting answers this time on top of what we had before. So
Zane, will selfies kill the autograph? No,
will selfies kill the autograph?
We've done that.
Yeah, we have. But let's go ahead and move on to some fanatic feedback. We did get 2 questions in this week, so let's ask away on those. Eileen asks, "Do you collect autographs without a theme? Just anyone who catches your fancy?" Andy.
Yeah, I was
or
waiting for
with
that.
themes such as certain sports teams, TV shows, or whatever. And the answer you're going to get from a lot of us is we collect whatever we see, like whoever's signing, we usually send to. If we're mildly interested in them at all, they're getting a request. But you guys want to answer for yourselves? So do you collect a theme or do you collect just random? Andy, we already know your answer.
I collect anybody I admire.
I actually had an answer for that.
Anybody I admire. It could be sports, it could be politicians. I mean, anybody I think is interesting and, that I've researched sort of. I mean, that I'm like, hey, I want their autograph. That's kind of the people I collect,
Yeah,
So.
Troy?
Well, I used to be very picky about who I sent to, just because I used to do only entertainment 8x10s, and when I saw Schaefer and all those guys getting back card after card after card, I kind of went broad with whatever I had in stock and whatever I got out of a pack. So I only recently started a personal collection of one particular player, Jeremy Hellickson, who's from Iowa. But other than that, I just kind of, to be honestly, I just try to send stuff out, whatever I have. So
Troy needs content for his channel.
What?
It said Troy needs content for his channel. That's what Troy needs. No, that's why you send out. I was joking. It was
well, I didn't want to say that.
Yeah, no,
but
it was just a joke.
I was really selective of the 8x10s back in the day. I mean, so much so that it was like I was not getting anything, and I'd see on Autograph Weekly, people ordering the stacks of 200 4x6s, and I'm like, it took me 8 hours to figure out who I'm going to send 3 8x10s to.
I think at some point though, it was a contest to see who could send the most out. I gave up. I mean, I'm like, once Mike and Stacy were sending out like 400 requests, I'm like, tap me out, dog. Tap me out. I'm done.
Stotler and
was.
Oh yeah.
It got to the point I was like, okay, guys, you are whooping my butt on this. I'm gonna make a video every week. And
I think when you did I think it was a Geek card set where you printed the 4x6.
Yeah.
No, it was Geek a Week. I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
that was a fun little set. Yeah. Okay, well, let's move on to the next question, guys. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna bring Mike in here real fast.
You can kick me out for.
Oh, Troy needs to go take a poop. So
I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna let him answer the joke. We'll put Mike in here. All right, Mike. So, get your finger out of your nose. So, do you collect with a theme or without a theme? I think you're kind of a mix because I think you have multiple themes.
I'm pretty much all over the board, but I will say this: I do have like some themed stuff that I get, like my John F. Kennedy assassination. If I see somebody pop up, I will write them. But I put this in my letter. I write to people that have either entertained me somehow or shaped the world I live in. So that pretty much covers, from actors, sports stars, history. I can be on Yahoo, scrolling news stories, and I see somebody and I'll jot down their name and see if they're on Star Tiger. And if I really want them, I do the private address stuff. So it's I'm all over the board. I have certain, I guess, PCs or themes that I do, but
Astronauts.
yeah. And we went to Kennedy Space Center. I sent to every astronaut that popped up on Star Tiger. So it just varies. I try not to send to people that I know nothing about. I'm not going to send to a bowler in Sweden.
Come on.
But people I send to, I like to do a little research and know something about them. So I don't just send to everybody and anybody. I try and do a little research on them.
We actually interviewed Dick DiBartolo on the old show. He's the writer for Mad Magazine. I think he's wrote for every single issue of Mad Magazine. And he said he gets emails every once in a while that are like, I love your art in Mad Magazine. It's amazing. And he's like, yeah, that'd be great if I was an artist. I'm a writer. And I might have been guilty of doing that back in the day. I remember writing to him back when I first started. And I was real sloppy with the form letter.
Yeah.
So might have been me he was talking about. Who knows?
The one that rings a bell is the guy that did the voice for Young Thumper in Bambi. Everyone always writes to him like, I love you as Thumper. And they're talking about the regular voice, but he was just the guy that did the Young Thumper, and he got tired of it and was correcting people, and he got a little nasty, I think, with a couple people.
Oh, getting nasty. Okay, this is off topic, but the guy that played Uncle Vernon, he's passed away now. But I remember whenever he got real famous from Harry Potter, he would write like these letters to people saying,
I got one of them.
You're one of them. Okay, so
yeah.
He writes me the letters like, I have to walk 10 miles to the.
That's what it was. It was a nasty letter. I got it. I'll tell the story. So I sent him a message. I sent him a TTM, and I put money in the envelope. But I guess when he got it, he didn't get the money. So instead, he sends me back my letter, and on the back, large text that he sort of inscribed with the felt pen. Says, I have to go to the post 10 miles away. How dare you not include $3 for the postage? You get nothing. You lose. That's what I got as a response from Richard Griffiths, I think his name was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the best responses because those make great stories. It's just like my Chuck Bednarik, which I talk about all the time. Like if you get a unique letter like that from somebody and they're like mad over nothing.
I did, I will. Yeah, no, I know it's a great story. I can tell, but right after that, I said, look, I'm so sorry that this happened. And I actually sent him money. I said, I actually sent money on the initial mailing. I said, I apologize that you had to go so far to the post office. No response. Nothing.
We've talked about this on a previous show, I think, but the guy for Night of the Living Dead, like I went back and forth with him, sent him a couple photos, and he sent me
John Russo. John Russo.
Yeah, John Russo. He sent me a page-long letter about explaining he wouldn't sign my photos because he gets paid for him. I mean, it was a page-long letter. So I wrote back to him, and we had a couple back and forths. Finally, I'm just like, I'm done doing this.
You want to know what I love is when they sign the end of the letter. I won't sign an autograph for you. How dare you for asking? And then they'll sign the letter, because it's a subconscious thing. I mean, you don't even think about it. You just sign when you're done.
Yeah, or they'll sign like the return part of your envelope.
Now we've ruined it for everybody.
I know, we've ruined it for everybody.
Everybody's no more.
And by the way, if you do TTMs, leave that little funny Troy. If you do TTMs, little tip, you can leave your little address, return address blank, and every once in a while you get a free autograph up there from the person you're sending to. It may be their full signature because they spell out their name. Anyways, Eileen, I don't know how we got on that topic, but thank you so much for the question. It spurred conversation. And Mike has wrote in once again. He's in chat. And it's a long one, so buckle in, boys and girls. I think this is just Mike trying to be on the show. Like he just wants, like I'm his voice for the show. So he says, so there I was having a few drinky poos. Another reference to Trailer Park Boys. Canadian whiskey is like moonshine to you fellas south of the border. Enjoying a Sunday night, Zane Savage Live Q&A. When it came to my attention, I had not razzed the other Mike who claims to be the Godfather. Lily little does he know, I'm guessing the drinking caught up with him there. Little does he know that he is Luke Skywalker finding the Force while I am Darth Vader, his father, and the true TTM Godfather. While this may just be the whiskey talking, my 10-round challenge is still open. Yours truly in blue Sharpie. Personalized loop through my signature so you can't dry erase and sell it on eBay. Mike, the true OG TTM Godfather. So, Mike, how do you respond?
These are not the autographs you're looking for.
Thanks.
That was a nickname that was not. I'm not the self-proclaimed Godfather. Our buddy Dave Stadler gave that to me when we were all big on YouTube. So, I mean, I've been in the game a long time. I'm not going to sit here and say that I am the Godfather, but it's just something that, somebody gave to me and it's stuck. So
stop being humble. Mike's so cute when he's humble.
Man, those were fighting words.
I know, dude. He's trying to stir up like a rival.
Yeah. How'd that work out for Darth Vader in the Return of the Jedi?
Oh, that's a good point.
Jeez.
All right, we're gonna move on to the giveaway. And if you remember, hey Mike, what did we give away the last show?
Nothing.
You are correct.
He's angry now. Angry Godfather is out right now.
So Mike gave away a Bob Lilly, and who else was it?
Larry Kenny.
Yeah, that's right. And we've had like amazing responses on the giveaways over the last few shows, like several really good responses. We got 0 this time, guys. 0 entries for the giveaway. Like, that's craziness. You guys got to get on this. Whatever.
I was gonna put up one of my Swedish bowlers too.
Yeah, you're gonna get a Swedish bowler autograph, man. I mean, what? Seriously, answer this question, listeners.
Everyone needs.
When are you gonna have the chance to get a Swedish bowler?
Exactly. I got 3 of them, so
he's not gonna do it now.
Give one up.
No, he can't give them up now. You guys don't deserve it. 0 entries on that one.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, we're gonna go ahead and do a giveaway again, and this time it's gonna be for a Bucky Dent autograph. And it's a certified auto, Epic Signatures. I think this was an early auto, actually. It's 99. So pretty early autograph card there. And if you want to win that Bucky Dent autograph, you can go to our website, autographersanonymous.com. That's autographersanonymous.com. And click the giveaway tab and answer this question. Who do you have the most TTMs of? And how many do you have? I wish our buddy Stacy was here. So if you wrote this would have to be somebody you wrote to multiple times. And tell us who it is, how many you have, and maybe throw in there why the hell you wrote to him so many times. Don't exaggerate, but also don't be afraid to enter because you're embarrassed. We want to hear some good stories. If you don't want me to say your name on air, I will actually go ahead and not say your name on air so you're not totally embarrassed. Because I know some people out there have a massive amount of one person and they're like, I don't want people to know this. Or you can just do a fake name. That works.
Are we allowed to say who we sent to or no? Do we have to wait?
Let's see. We'll answer on the next show because it's getting a little late on the time. So
in case Nary's not here next week, I want to know his answer right now.
Nary, you think you'll be here 2 weeks from now?
I'm not sure.
Okay, go ahead and tell us your answer.
It was John Lithgow. I sent to that guy 15 times. I loved John Lithgow. When I was growing up, I mean, Harry and the Hendersons was the biggest thing. So I sent to him 15 times, and I know Stacy gave me the hardest time for it. He would actually doctor. I don't know if you guys remember, but Stacy would doctor photos of my face on top of Harry's face with the family from Harry and the Hendersons.
That's
so kind of a fun thing.
I'm sure Stacy is not one to talk kettle black kettle.
Exactly.
Right.
John Voight.
John Voight. Is that your answer or Stacy's?
No,
yeah.
That's Stacy's.
We'll save your guys' answers because we're going to do that next or 2 weeks from now on our next show. So go enter that, guys. Autographersanonymous.com. Go get that done. Okay. The case against nominations. We have 6 new nominations. We're going to whittle that down to 2 on this show. and you guys are going to vote on it. And you got a week to vote, and we'll have a week to prep, and we will figure out if the person's signing authentically or secretarial, or maybe auto pen. I don't know. Here are the choices: Bret Hart, Jason Alexander, Brett Favre, Jimmy Carter, Billy Crystal, and Betty White. Really good selection this time around, and I think it's going to take a little longer to whittle this down. Troy, just raise your hand if you want to jump in. Okay. What do you guys think? You guys got anything to knock out first?
What was that list again?
Okay.
I wrote this down.
Bret Hart, Jason Alexander, Brett Favre, Jimmy Carter, Billy Crystal, and Betty White. We need to knock one out first.
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal.
I think Bret Hart. I think he really is.
Well, I mean, that shouldn't have any bearing. Your bearing should be like, what's the most interesting
I
one?
That.
Yeah, don't knock stuff out because you don't want it to be disproven.
All right. Damn it.
You guys got anything to knock out? He said,
I would say D. Wallace. I mean, that's
Billy Crystal. Mike said Billy Crystal. You want to knock him out? Chase is in chat, and Chase says knock out Betty White. The reason we put Betty White on there is she has a new address, and there's some suspicions around Miss White. But we can knock those out if you guys want to. Or Jason Alexander. I mean, we can knock him out. He's not as big as some of those other names. Come on, guys. This is a 4-person show.
I would knock out Jimmy Carter.
You want to knock out Carter?
Yeah.
I actually don't mind knocking out Carter. I don't. I think
you want to knock out Carter?
Yeah.
I don't think
Mike,
there's going to be a
silent.
debate on that.
Mike, what about you?
I told you this is going to be a hard one.
He's a president. How
He's
many presidents?
If you prove a president is secretarial, that's big news.
But if you prove they're authentic and he's signing, that's a big deal too.
Maybe.
Not as big of a deal because everybody assumes they're real when they send them. So, yeah.
Man, I don't know. Okay, let's knock out Jason Alexander. Everybody go with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, Jason Alexander's gone.
Serenity now.
Billy Crystal's gone. Everybody go with that?
Sure.
Jason Alexander gone.
I see Neri cringing a little bit, but you go with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that one. That one's fine. Yeah.
All right, we're down to Bret Hart, Brett Favre, Betty White, and Jimmy Carter. Battle of the Bretts.
Battle of the Bretts. There you go.
Yeah, I would leave definitely the Brett Favre in.
You want the Favre in?
Yeah.
Favre.
I figured that one was. How long has he been signing?
It hasn't been that long, right?
Yeah,
Without a donation?
Weeks. Yeah.
Couple weeks. Is that long enough to have a good sample size of what's coming in?
It is when I'm sorry. It is when like 30,000 people are sending the same address in a week and a half. It is. I'm telling you.
I think it's a hot topic enough that we can find it on Facebook forums. You can find good pictures.
I seem to be overruled here. Everybody's for Favre.
Favre and Hitman.
So Favre is in the finals. So the Battle of the Bretts, Bret Hart loses.
We'll just call that. Start your research. We're doing Brett Favre.
Hush. Hush. You guys and your sports addictions, I swear to God. Jimmy Carter versus Betty White. Battle of the gray hairs. Andy?
Battle of like the 100-year-olds. I would get rid of Carter.
You would get rid of Carter. So you're interested in the whites, the new whites. So we're going
She's a golden girl. Come on.
But I'm saying if we prove Carter was secretarial, I mean that would make haymakers in the community. That would make waves.
Is there really going to be an argument that they are secretarial?
What if it was?
What if it isn't?
What if it was?
We know it's not.
Okay, let me hear from somebody that's on my side. Anybody on my side?
I bring Bob.
Anybody
Bob
fighting for
back.
Carter?
Come on.
I think Mike was fighting for Carter. Oh, you're gonna be an now. You were fighting for him a second ago.
Either one.
I'm out. I'm ruled on this.
I think we know what's going to win out on this.
Betty White versus Brett Favre.
Showdown: Betty White versus Brett Favre.
Sounds like a celebrity death match from back in the 90s.
Exactly.
So Betty White versus Brett Favre.
It's going to be a massacre. That's
the two we have it whittled down to, guys. How this works is we're going to put up a poll. The poll is going to run for 1 week. There are multiple polls. So if you aren't part of Facebook, you can vote in other places. So we have a Twitter poll, we have a Facebook poll, and we have a poll on our website. So go vote on one of those. We'll tally up the votes in a week, and that'll give us a week to prep and study the autographs coming in, and we'll tell you our opinion on authenticity. Is it real? Is it secretarial? Is it a stamp? No, there's no stamps on this. Everybody is at least not doing a stamp. Wouldn't that be great if we did a stamp? The case against. Be like the quickest one ever. Yeah, it's a stamp. We're done. So, yeah, guys. Brett Favre versus Betty White. That's what we got. Go vote. The poll will go up probably tomorrow, Wednesday. It'll definitely be up. So go vote on that. All right, guys, that's it. That's the show. It's kind of chaotic. Had to substitute people in and out. Sorry for the limitations on the guests. We'll work on that and plan it a little bit better. But Fanatic Feedback. Go check out Fanatic Feedback. Ask questions. Submit them to the show so we can answer them live on air. Thank you to the chat, everybody that watched the live. We appreciate you talking, and we could pop up the little chat bubble and show what you say. It adds to the show. Sometimes we can't think of things, and you guys think of them on the spot. So we appreciate it. Matthew, what's up, man? We were just talking about you, man.
Famous Matt.
Yeah. Appreciate you watching, man. So Fanatic Feedback. That's also everything's on our website, guys. Autographersanonymous.com. Hit Fanatic Feedback. Ask a question, and it's promotion time. We'll let Neri hasn't been on in a long time. We'll let you go first, Neri. Promote away.
Promote away. Well,
yeah.
You guys you add me on Facebook, feel free, and you can follow our company website at Celebworks, CELEBWORX, on Facebook and Instagram. So
awesome. Let's see, Andy, what you got for us?
All right. Actually, in the last 3 weeks, I actually put up 2 giant meal day videos on YouTube.
Oh, really?
I got 2 up there. That was the first time I just looked in a year. So I took a little time off to find myself and see what I wanted to do in life. But check them out under Andy Summers, and I'm just kind of looking to see what kind of logo. I think I have the MacGyver logo as my picture on there. So just look for that. I try to keep them short, but they're about 14, 15 minutes long. So check those out. You can see my collection of sumo wrestlers from Japan collection and other things. So
and Andy's YouTube link will be down under the YouTube video and in the description of the podcast. If it's not there now, it will be by the time this goes up. And I'll get him added to the website also with a little logo, fancy little logo. So go check out Andy's channel. He is making videos again. So support all of our YouTubers. We're trying to get that YouTube community back up. Everything's going to Instagram, and us old folks are like, no, we're sticking to YouTube. So Mike, what you got?
Everything's on autographersanonymous.com, graphersaa.com. I just want to say it's nice to see an old friend, Neri Lemus. Nice to see you, brother.
Mike.
Mr. Stacy Schaefer is in chat. We'd love to have you back on the show, brother. That's it.
That's it. Okay. And I'm going to pop Troy in here. I'm going to go ahead and kick Mike down and Troy back up. I hate it takes 3 seconds to get them back in. There we go. And there's Troy. So Troy, you want to give your promotion?
Sure. Everybody can find me at TTM Autograph on Facebook, Instagram, but not on Twitter. Twitter is just my name, TRUTTER. And if you're looking for something to check out, definitely check out the 1991 Don Russ set project. Thanks for mentioning that. I don't remember if it was Zane or Mike, but thanks for mentioning that.
That's no problem. If it was Mike, I'll take credit. I'll take credit for it. All right. So back to me and last promotions. Check out Bargain History on eBay. That is my eBay store. Dirty, filthy eBay seller here. And also Fabric Fobs. Buy a piece of celebrity worn clothing on in a keychain. And actually, we've kind of limited the stock down to a lot of movie worn stuff. We're kind of trying to get away from personal worn things. So lots of movie worn memorabilia over there. It's fabricfobs.com. By the way, Bargain History is bargainhistory.com. That'll take you to my eBay store. So also go to Autographers Anonymous. Like Mike said, everything's there. You can click the polls, the giveaways, the links to the YouTube channels. Everything's on autographersanonymous.com. Please go check that out. And I think the show is done. Sorry for the late start, guys. Apologize. I blame it all on, let's see, Mike's not here, so we'll say Mike. All right. Thanks for listening, and you take care, all of you autograph addicts.